Have you ever noticed how one tiny misstep can suddenly change everything after a certain age? A single fall can lead to a broken hip, weeks in recovery, or even the loss of the freedom you fought so hard to keep. And yet, for so many seniors, this fear becomes part of daily life, quiet, constant, and unspoken. But what if there was another way? What if the way you walk, your stride, posture, and awareness could help protect you from that one fall that changes everything? This video is all about that. We're diving into 5 walking habits that physical therapists and aging specialists say are the difference between living in fear and walking with confidence. These tips are simple. They don't cost money, and you can start today, right at home. Let's begin. Think of your head as the steering wheel of your body. Wherever it goes, your balance, posture, and confidence tend to follow. One of the most common habits among older adults is looking down constantly while walking, especially outdoors or in unfamiliar environments. It feels like the safe thing to do, right? You want to see where your feet are going. But in truth, this seemingly cautious action can subtly increase your risk of falling. Here's why. When your head tilts downward for extended periods, your spine naturally rounds. Your shoulders begin to slump forward, your chest collapses inward, and your overall posture suffers. This shift not only impacts your breathing and spinal alignment, it also moves your center of gravity out of its optimal position. Your body becomes more susceptible to imbalance. In this position, many seniors find themselves shuffling instead of walking, lifting their feet less, and missing subtle changes in terrain. A small crack in the pavement or the edge of a rug becomes much more dangerous when you're not looking ahead. That's where the 20/80 rule comes in. Therapists recommend keeping your gaze forward about 80% of the time, looking 10 to 15 feet ahead. The remaining 20% can be used for brief downward glances to assess your immediate surroundings. This balance ensures you stay aware of what's beneath you without compromising your posture or reaction time. This isn't just theory, it's proven. Take Ellen, a 76-year-old woman from Arizona. She always looked down when walking, especially on her sloped driveway. Her son noticed and asked her physical therapist for advice. After learning the 20/80 rule and practicing it daily, Ellen began feeling more confident and less stiff. Within weeks, she was walking longer distances without fear, and even reported fewer neck aches. So the next time you head outside or move through your home, take a deep breath, lift your chin slightly, and focus forward. Let your gaze lead you, not your fear. It's a small shift with powerful effects, because sometimes preventing a fall begins not with your feet, but with where you look. Believe it or not, your arms play a much bigger role in safe walking than most people think. We often associate walking with our legs, our knees, ankles, and feet, but the way your arms move can significantly impact your balance, rhythm, and overall stability. As we age, it's common for people to stop using their arms naturally while walking. Maybe it's due to shoulder stiffness, arthritis, or even the subconscious fear of falling. Some people start holding their arms tightly at their sides, clenching their fists, or, even more commonly, carrying something in one hand all the time, like a phone or bag. While it may seem harmless, minimizing or eliminating arm movement disrupts your body's natural counterbalance system. Here's what your arms are meant to do. When your right leg moves forward, your left arm naturally swings forward too, and vice versa. This cross-body motion stabilizes your core, keeps your gait centered, and prevents that off-balance feeling. The swinging of your arms helps absorb shock and momentum, reducing the impact on your lower joints. Without this motion, your body compensates in unhealthy ways, tightening up, tilting to one side, or even throwing off your walking rhythm entirely. Take Joseph, an 81-year-old from Oregon who began using a cane after a small fall. At first, it helped, but over time, his balance felt worse. When asked to demonstrate how he walked, it was clear. He kept his right arm stiff at his side, always holding the cane. His therapist suggested switching arms occasionally, but more importantly, doing simple arm swing drills at home. After a few weeks, Joseph found his steps more stable, and he hadn't stumbled once since. So, how can you reclaim your natural rhythm? Start small. Relax your shoulders. Let your arms move gently with each step. Don't force it. Just allow the movement to return. Keep your hands open and loose, elbows slightly bent. You don't need to exaggerate the motion. Even small, fluid swings can re-engage your body's balance system. If one arm is stiffer due to surgery or arthritis, focus on the other. Any movement is better than none. The important thing is symmetry and momentum. The goal is to keep your center of gravity centered and responsive. The takeaway: your arms aren't passengers in your walk. They're your secret stabilizers. Reclaim that rhythm and feel the difference in every step. When it comes to walking safely and avoiding falls, one of the most overlooked but crucial habits is how your feet actually touch the ground. Most people don't give it much thought. We just walk. But as we age, the way we step begins to change, often without us realizing it. One of the most common changes is the shift from a smooth, rolling heel-to-toe step to a flat-footed or toe-first shuffle. Unfortunately, that shift in form can dramatically increase your chances of tripping or stumbling. The proper and most stable walking technique is called the heel-to-toe gait. This means that each step should begin with your heel making contact with the ground first. As your weight moves forward, your foot should roll naturally from the heel to the ball of your foot and finally push off with your toes. This sequence helps absorb shock, engages your leg muscles in the right order, and provides a smooth, controlled stride. More importantly, it helps prevent your toes from catching on the floor, one of the top causes of falls in older adults. Take Doris, for example, a 76-year-old grandmother from Michigan. She had a history of falls, most of which happened at home. Her family was concerned, especially after she tripped twice in the kitchen over seemingly nothing. When her doctor asked her to walk across the room during a virtual appointment, it became clear she was walking completely flat-footed. No heel engagement, no roll-through, just a slow, shuffle-like step. Her therapist encouraged her to practice heel-first, walking along the kitchen counter where she could use her hands for balance. Within a few weeks, her walking style improved dramatically, and she reported fewer aches in her knees and hips as well. So how do you train this? Start slow. Stand barefoot on a towel or soft carpet and practice walking back and forth, paying attention to how your heel makes contact first. Focus on rolling through the foot and pushing off with your toes. It may feel awkward at first, but that's only because your muscles and nervous system are relearning a movement they've known your whole life. Even 5 minutes of practice a day can make a big difference. And remember, you don't have to overdo it. The goal isn't to walk like an athlete. The goal is to walk intentionally, with rhythm and control. As your confidence grows, you'll notice you're not just walking better, you're walking taller. You'll feel more grounded, more stable, and more in tune with your body. Next time you step forward, pause for a second. Feel your heel. Feel your toes. Walk with purpose, because the more control you bring to your steps, the less room there is for accidents. When it comes to fall prevention, there's a surprisingly simple shift that can make a world of difference: taking shorter steps. It sounds almost too basic, right? We've been walking all our lives. Why would adjusting the size of your step matter now? But as we grow older, small things begin to have bigger impacts, and the way we pace ourselves, literally, can determine how safe we feel with every step we take. Long strides, especially those that reach far in front of the body, may feel natural because that's how many of us walked when we were younger. Our muscles were stronger, our balance quicker, and our joints more forgiving. But after age 60 or 70, those extended steps become a subtle hazard. Why? Because longer strides shift your center of gravity behind your forward foot. This creates an unstable walking pattern where your back foot is no longer supporting your weight effectively, and your front foot becomes a pivot point for potential stumbles. Now think about short steps. When you shorten your stride, your feet remain closer to your center of gravity. This gives you greater control, quicker reactions, and better alignment. Your muscles don't have to stretch as far. Your joints remain more stacked, and your brain receives feedback from your feet more rapidly. That means more time to adjust, more confidence on uneven surfaces, and a lower risk of tripping over a rug, crack, or even your own foot. Larry, a 79-year-old widower from Florida, had a habit of taking long strides when walking from his porch to the mailbox. His intention was good, get there faster. But his long steps made it hard to regain balance when something unexpected happened. One day, after a slight misstep on the edge of his doormat, he realized it was time to change. His physical therapist introduced a concept called step discipline, purposefully reducing stride length and focusing on compact, rhythmic steps. Within weeks, Larry reported feeling more in control. He wasn't necessarily walking slower, just smarter. His posture improved, and the tension in his lower back eased. So how can you apply this? Start by simply walking across your living room. Count how many steps it takes you. Then do it again, taking consciously shorter steps. You should notice an increase in step count and a more stable, grounded feeling. Your knees stay softer. Your hips don't rock as much. Your eyes stay focused rather than darting ahead. That's your body saying, "This feels safer." And if you use a cane or walker, the rule still applies. Instead of stretching the device far in front of you, keep it close, just ahead of your lead foot. Think of it as an extension of your stride, not a substitute for it. Walking isn't a race. The goal is not how fast you move, but how confidently you do it. With shorter steps, you stay closer to your base, your core stays activated, and your path stays safer. In the end, it's not about slowing down, it's about walking smart. Step by step, moment by moment. Owning your pace means owning your independence. It's easy to think that falls only happen when someone trips over something big, an extension cord, a loose rug, or a misplaced shoe. But ask any physical therapist or caregiver, and they'll tell you the real truth. Most falls don't come from big obstacles. They come from small, barely noticeable transitions in the floor beneath your feet. And often, they happen because the brain didn't register the change in time. This is where floor awareness comes in. As we age, our vision, depth perception, and reaction speed naturally begin to slow. It's a normal part of aging, but it means we need to adapt how we move through our homes and public spaces. A step from hardwood to tile, from carpet to concrete, or from a brightly lit kitchen to a dim hallway can throw us off balance if we aren't prepared for it. Let's take Alan, a 78-year-old from Illinois. He's lived in the same home for over 30 years and knows every inch of it. But one afternoon, while carrying a cup of tea from the kitchen to the living room, he stumbled. Not on anything visible, but simply because the floor changed from tile to carpet. The shift in footing, combined with a slight glare from the window, disrupted his balance. He fell hard. Thankfully, there was no major injury, but it shook his confidence. His doctor suggested a walking strategy that changed everything. Label your floors as you move. This simple mental trick works like this. As you walk from room to room, you quietly say the name of the surface under your feet. Tile, carpet, step up, mat. These words activate your awareness. They bring your attention down to your footing, not in a fearful way, but in a focused way. It helps your brain prepare for that slight change in grip, texture, or height. Here's why it works. Your brain processes information faster when it's already alert to what's coming. When you say carpet, your balance system, the one housed in your ears, eyes, and feet, gets ready for the softer surface. When you say tile, your brain expects a harder impact. This quick moment of focus can be the difference between walking through safely or catching your foot mid-step. Lighting plays a huge role too. High-gloss floors may appear slippery even when they're dry. Sudden changes from bright to dim lighting, say, entering a hallway from a sunlit room, can throw off your visual cues. 1 second of hesitation in your stride is enough for a fall. So take a moment before you enter a darker space. Let your eyes adjust. Slow your pace. Give your brain a beat to catch up. If you wear bifocals, be aware that your lens can also distort how you see the ground directly in front of you. This is especially important on stairs or outdoor curbs. Always take an extra moment to assess each step. Pause. Let your foot lead, not your fear. Finally, remove what doesn't need to be there. That throw rug that curls at the edge, the mat that slides when you step on it. These are not aesthetic choices anymore. They're safety risks. Floor awareness isn't just about training your brain. It's also about creating an environment that doesn't sabotage your balance. The ground we walk on should support us, not surprise us. So train your mind to think ahead. Speak your steps. Respect the changes in terrain. And above all, slow down just enough to give yourself the best chance at staying upright. Because in the end, awareness is more powerful than strength. A fall avoided is freedom preserved. Every step you take with mindfulness is a step toward continuing the life you love, on your own 2 feet. Aging gracefully isn't about pretending we're not changing. It's about adapting wisely, moving intentionally, and protecting our freedom with every decision we make, especially the way we walk. Falls aren't just a risk, they're one of the leading causes of injury in older adults. But the good news is, they're preventable. Every habit you've learned today, from keeping your eyes forward, to swinging your arms, to walking heel to toe, taking shorter steps, and staying aware of floor transitions. These aren't just techniques. They're tools to help you reclaim confidence. They're reminders that you still have control. And most importantly, they're proof that you don't have to wait for a fall to make a change. You can walk stronger starting today. So I invite you to take one habit and apply it this week. Then take another next week. And keep building. Small changes add up to powerful results. If this video helped you, or someone you care about, please click the like button to let us know. Know someone over 60 who might benefit? Share this video with them. One message could change their day, or even their safety. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the bell so you never miss helpful videos like this. We're building a community where aging means empowerment, not fear. Drop a comment below. Which walking habit will you try first? We'd love to hear your story. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay steady, and keep walking with purpose.